It's no surprise that influencers get sent stuff for free. So when I get a fragrance that I smell and just want to throw my money at, I jump for joy. So today I want to share the fragrances that, even though they were sent to me, I would totally go and buy them with my own money, and some of these I've already repurchased. If you guys are new to this channel, my name is Yana. This is The Scented. We do all the fun fragrance things. Here we go. So I'm just gonna pick them at random, and whatever I grab, I'll tell you what I think of it. The first one is Tenue de Soiree from Goutal. This one, when I smelt it, it reminded me of like Gucci Rush and some like dry, leathery, sort of like patchouli undertone. Sort of like in Bottega Veneta, the original. It's like a more elegant Gucci Rush. I tell you guys about this one all the time. If you've been with me for a while, you've heard me talk about this one so much. And this fragrance was the one that sent me down the rabbit hole of all the Goutal pom-pom collection. I reviewed the whole collection up here. This is my favorite one of that whole collection. I also really love Nuit et Confidence with the blue pom-pom. But yeah, this is I think my second or third bottle. And I don't use all my bottles myself. As you guys know, I do run a decant shop. It's thescented.ca. So many of these I did have to repurchase. One of them is Cardamom Moss from Experimental Perfume Club. This is the quintessential layering scent. It is like a caramel, cardamom, warm, cozy, gently spiced, creamy scent that just makes every fragrance smell so much better. I layered this with almost everything and I have not had a flop. It just gives everything an extra special flair. I'm obsessed with this fragrance. Now, here's a soapy rose scent. This is called Bulle de Rose from Les Parfums de Rosine. This is a really underrated fragrance house, but everything that I've smelt from them has been really delicate, feminine. It's got a gentle floral to it. And this legitimately smells like soap, classic bar soap, with some slight kind of sweet, almost like sugary rose. It's all very soft, very fluffy, very airy. There's nothing overbearing about this. It's super playful. I think it could even be a great intro to niche, especially for those who are younger. I love to wear this myself. It's a really nice, gentle, soapy, very uplifting scent. Here's one that I recently discovered, and I am in love with this fragrance. It is from Maison Matine and it's Bain de Midi. This is the perfect vacation scent. It's like a shampooy tiare flower with a little bit of coconut. It's vacation florals. It's like airy, kind of salty air vibes. Not in that typical way. Like there's something a lot more happy about the scent, and it just makes me feel like I'm on a really happy vacation. Not necessarily luxury, not necessarily like, oh, all this like fancy stuff, just happy. Like it just smells so happy and clean with those vacation touches. So this one I love. This one came to me from So Avant-Garde, and I have a discount code with So Avant-Garde for 20% off, and it's Yana20. So I'll make sure that all my codes are linked in the description. But yeah, this one has been one of those wow fragrances that I smelled and immediately I just smiled and I was like, it's rare when that happens. Like, I know it's a weird problem to have that like you get so much stuff sent for free and then it's hard to find the thing that like really tickles your fancy, and then when you finally get something that's so special, you just feel so good about it. Anyway, here's another one. This is almost empty because this has been a banger on the decant shop. Sora Dora Jany. I'm gonna need to restock pretty soon. I love this. This is probably my favorite gourmand of all time. This smells like apple pie. Kind of crispy, fluffy at the same time. There's no better gourmand out there in my opinion. It's just delicious, but it's not overbearingly sweet. It's not heavy, and yeah, I just love it. Okay, look at this big bottle now. This is Ormonde Jayne Levant. You guys have heard me talk about this many a times. This kind of smells like Fleur Narcotique from Ex Nihilo, but more kind of citrusy, more casual, very sexy still, very feminine. It has this airy, almost like mossy, peony sort of vibe. It's so gorgeous. This is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. Now, here's the big news. I love this fragrance so much, and I have had to restock it so much on the decant shop. Now, I stock full bottles of this fragrance on thescented.ca, so I am introducing full bottles on my boutique. This and Sakura from Ormonde Jayne are just to die for. This is my like number one of all time. I'm just obsessed. I think in this type of scent profile, it's superior. Okay, we have Initio Psychedelic Love. I heard about this fragrance from one of my favorite YouTubers, Marlene Estelle. She talked about it in such a way that I was like, I need to smell this. And I had the opportunity to receive it in PR. Of course, I jumped on that opportunity. Now my bottle's almost empty. I wear this all through cold weather. It is so deep and sexy. It's warm. It has bergamot, it has patchouli, it has myrrh, this sweet resonance deep myrrh scent. It has vanilla, powdery facets, and it is really like, it's captivating. You can't stop smelling this fragrance. It's super duper sexy. This is an evening cold weather scent for me, and I'm gonna always have this in my collection. Now here's another rich, warm resonance scent. This is Click Song from Nuit Nomade. I think this is the best from their entire lineup, even though they have a lot of really good releases, but this one just has my heart. Like, from the moment that I smelled it, it has this nostalgic antique quality. There's amber, there's labdanum, so it has this almost leathery, kind of like old wood smell. It's so good, like in the best way. It's so comforting, it's meditative, it takes me to like a really good place mentally. So I love this fragrance. It's actually a little bit more masculine leaning, I find. So when my man wears this, like, I'm obsessed. But when I wear it, it goes a little bit sweeter. So I actually really like layering this with any variation of Miss Dior. This and Miss Dior, it kind of makes it smell like the rare and discontinued Miss Dior Le Parfum. That like, it's like a little bit of a richer scent. But anyway, this layered with any of the Miss Diors is like one of my favorite combos. And then Green Butterfly from Byron. I think this is my favorite powdery scent. It has a note of dark chocolate. It's this very like whimsical, powdery, but borderline gourmand, but not exactly kind of scent. It's really magical. It's so many different notes that juxtapose, but so magically. This is another scent that for me, I'm just like, it gives you something that other fragrances don't. And so for me, at that point, when I find like a really special scent, I'm like, the price point is justified, especially because the performance on this is killer. Like most of these, the performance is very, very good. And this one is powerful and the cloud is huge. You will be smelled down the street, whether people like it or not. Like it sticks around. It's a very sticky, like the molecules are very sticky in this. It really sticks around. And it's my favorite from all of the Byrons. I've tried every single one. If you guys know my taste, I don't really like that heavy, like really intense, powerful, like punch you in the face type of scent. I know a lot of people love Mula Mula from Byron. Between you and me, I don't like it. If your tastes are like mine, I think you would like Green Butterfly. Here's one that's kind of like sweet and edgy that I do really love, and I would have this as like my sweet and edgy fragrance, and this is Cherry Punk. This is the Extrait. The original, the brand lists the same notes on their website, so it's just a more concentrated version, but to me this gives more cherry. The original almost gave a little bit more leather. This is a cherry leather combo, but where the cherry is bright. It kind of reminds me of the cherry note in that rare discontinued Dancing Roses from the Viktor and Rolf Magic collection. That was like just such a beautiful, like soapy cherry scent. It was nothing to do with rose. But anyway, this cherry note in here kind of reminds me of that cherry note. It's like a very sweet, bright, satisfying cherry. And it is quite edgy, but it's not like a sharp leather or anything. I think this is still feminine leaning. So yeah, I love a good cherry perfume, and this is my favorite. Obviously, because these were all sent in PR, there's discount codes for everything. So like the description will have everything. Here's one that I can't stop wearing. Like this is the most meditative fragrance, and it's called Soul Couture Morphosis. This is from Raffinette Perfumery. I smell this and I'm immediately like at a spa retreat, just not a care in the world, smelling like smoky wood in the air and like salty spa, like a cedar, like kind of like a sauna. Like it smells like a sauna. It's just happy and it's meditative and it's addictive and it's all the good things that I want in a very like zen meditative fragrance. So this puts me in just a very kind of like serene state. It's almost like the feeling of this is like when you burn Palo Santo in your house, and it will put you in the same headspace. And then this is a completely different direction. Ylang and Gold I've loved since the moment I smelled it. This is another like gourmand type of scent. This is very custardy. This I do have to be in the mood for, but this is a very elegant sexy and playful vacation scent. It's a lady who's still super fun. It has little gold speckles in there too, so when you like spray it, like when I decant this, now they don't have the clear bottles anymore. They have these bottles now, so you can't see the gold flecks, but they're still in there. And when I decant it, I can see all the little gold speckles, so it's like, it's whimsical and cute. This has this like custardy banana smell. I did a comparison between this one and a more affordable version called Hane Mori, so I'll link that up here if you guys want to explore that type of scent. But you just like, this is quite expensive, but the Hane Mori is extremely close. Next up is Memo Flam. This smells kind of like Alien. It has the same it's reminiscent of Alien. It has the same sort of jasmine scent. It's lighter, a lot lighter. It doesn't have that very deep, woody, ambery effect that Alien does. But if you like Alien, you will love this. This is more like a summery version. It's very bright. It's a bit citrusy as well. And it's really one of the best like sensual jasmine sambac fragrances that I've ever smelled. This one also lasts pretty much all day. So for me, when fragrances are quite expensive, I have to like be obsessed with the scent, and then ideally I want it to last. So I'm very happy to say that pretty much all of these do last. Here's another one that's a recent discovery, and it's Paris Cheri from a brand called Astrophil and Stella. This also came from Raffinat Perfumery. So this in some ways reminds me of Sora Dora Jany. There are some similarities, except this is less gourmand, less sweet, but it still has this like airy, fluffy, delicate, like almost pastry-like scent. But it's very, very elegant. Sweet, kind of like powdered sugar, kind of like marshmallowy, and it also leaves a huge, huge cloud. See, these are the types of like crisp, airy, sugary fragrances, sweet fragrances that do really well on my skin. They have to be a bit powdery because my skin does pull really sweet, so I stay away from ones that go syrupy sweet, and I like powdery sweet. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, let me look at all of these and tell you which ones don't last. Probably the worst performing ones of all of these would be Ylang & Gold, and on some days this one doesn't perform that well, but all of the rest of them I get 8 hours plus. So that's it. These were the ones that really, really stood out to me. So those were all the ones that I wanted to cover in today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed and found it helpful. Please give this video a like if you did, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.